Alright, how you guys doing? So, today we're going to be talking about artifacts in America. A lot of you don't know, but there's a lot of artifacts all throughout America. There's been, everyone's come together with one goal to hide these artifacts or to make it seem like they're fake, not genuine. That way we don't take a second look or we don't care about them. But these artifacts are real. So this is for educational purposes. So don't believe what I say. Take everything I say and investigate it for yourself, and you'll find out the truth. So this might be a couple parter. So let's get in. So we're gonna start off in there's places all over America where they find Hebrew artifacts. This one we're going to start off is in Burrows Cave, Illinois. Um, this is in Illinois, and this is a tomb cave in Illinois. So let's get it. Okay. Every new discovery has its dangers. In the version of our story in 1982, Russell Burrows rediscovered a cave along a branch. So it's rediscovered. So someone, obviously many or one other person, found this cave already. Okay. Along a branch of a little Wabash River near his hometown of Olney, Illinois. However, he only looted the tomb cave in Illinois. Some of his published information for identifications, his artifacts have been proved to be correct. So in the beginning of this, they're already saying that this is not hearsay. This is proved to be correct. This is genuine. But any identifications by other peoples for his artifacts may also be incorrect. This is some pictures. This is the guy right here, Russell Burrows. Obviously, some type of military, or maybe that's just his hunting clothes. But this is him entering the cave that he discovered. All right. So this is in '82. Here are some artifacts. So here is gold artifacts. Each Egyptian ruler had a separate hieroglyph symbol. This is the hieroglyph that King Zaphnath chose for himself. Shu was the Egyptian name for a crocodile in Egypt. At that time, Shu the crocodile was the symbol that King Zaphnath chose. This was first this was the first known crocodile hieroglyph symbol for any king in Egypt. The same hieroglyph was found at the Aravis, Egypt ruins for King Zaphnath. I think they're talking about the Avaris, Egypt ruins. Because Avaris, if you don't understand it, in Egypt, that's where we stayed when the Pharaoh, when he welcomed us with warm hand, open arms. He let us live in the Valley of the Kings and in Avaris before we fell out of love with our Egyptian counterparts. So King Zaphnath is holding the staff of the Lord. So when they talk about King Zaphnath holding the staff of the Lord, they're talking about the Creator. Alright? Now the more you find out about history and about the different things that's happened to us in history, you'll start to believe the stories that's in the Bible, the Creator. It's kind of hard because everything has been hidden from you, so you kind of just have to have to kind of go through the dirt, come out of the dirt, and then you have to look at everything in a different view, and then you'll see it. Sometimes you're not ready for it, so you'll start getting couple truths, and after a while, it'll all add up, and they'll start coming together, intersecting with each other, and then at that point you'll start to get it, and you'll start to see things. But you have to look at things different because nobody's gonna. They're not gonna tell you the truth. Unless you pay them for a top-notch education. But even then, how much of them you hear talking about this stuff? So you gotta be careful. So here we go. We go to the next one. This is the best preserved artifact for the exact face structure of Joseph. So this is supposedly what Joseph looked like. So you see his big nose, but not extremely huge like a Hamite. He has high cheekbones. So who knows? That could be. We're thinking that's Joseph and his descendants. So that's where it leads to. So you can do your research on it. Okay, let's go down. So right there. This artifact from Burrows Cave is another stone tripod. This is one stone that on the picture on the right is a tripod. On the top of the tripod, which was the exact location mark for the Cahokia Pyramid City in Cahokia Mound State Park near Collinsville. So, Cahokia Park, we're gonna look at that later on too. Let's see that. Everything leads to another place. So, if you're gonna look at my information and you're gonna be biased because of your beliefs and disregard the information, and that's your fault because this is solid information. I just ask you to go and look it out, look into it further for yourself. So the left picture is the back of the stone. That has some star degrees and math for figuring the star degrees. So that's like a astrology star map. So you probably use that for astrology, or maybe they used it for traveling, either on land or in sea. A lot of these ancient people were great sailors. They had the best sail ships that all the sail ships come off today from. I know personally from living half of my life in Hawaii and having Hawaiian blood that Hawaiians sailed most of the whole world using the stars, and they had up to 100-foot sailboats. So if you go and you investigate different cultures, you understand that they had similar ships as well, and they had similar capabilities. So you kind of have to relearn everything almost. So here we go. Some historians and some archaeologists are aware of this information, but some historians and archaeologists are unaware of this information. The sun on the right hand symbol is on the bottom right side of the artifact. Then the box above the symbol is a Semitic symbol. It is the Semitic symbol for the Ark of the Covenants. This is a strong indication that King Zaphnath or Joseph, so they're connecting Zaphnath to Joseph, who ruled Egypt for 48 years, according to the Ten Commandments. According to the Ten Commandments in the Bible. So, it all connects. They spend all their money, all their time, and their creativity into hiding this all this information. And if you look at movies, at TV shows, you'll see a lot of this, a lot of our history incorporated in these TV shows and movies. So have an open mind. Everything you do, there's information all around you. So Illinois, look maps, Mississippi River, and all of this have connections to either Egypt or the Israelites, but they'll say Jews. See, they want to separate you from who you are. So even when they reference you, which they're trying to talk about the people who covet you, when they even reference you, they don't even reference you correctly. They say Jew, and so just like the Maya, when they reference the Maya, but the Mayas call themselves Quiche, and there's writings everywhere that'll tell you that they call themselves the Quiche, and when these researchers translate these things, they even say, oh yeah, they're called Quiche, the Maya is called Quiche. Instead of saying, oh, the Maya are actually Quiche, we should call them Quiche. Alright, so I mean, you can go down. I mean, you just gotta put Burrows Cave, and all this will come up. This artifact was found in Burrows Cave by Smithsonian archaeologists. Was identified as the artifact from Imhotep. The Semitic family of Imhotep was first recorded 2650 in Shemal before Shemal was renamed to Egypt. So Egypt was named Shemal. So this is all quality information. Go check it out. I mean, you'll be surprised on what you see. Look at this guy. Dreadlocks and a full beard. Who's this? King Solomon. Fucking guy look like me, guys. I'm not saying I'm related. I'm a descendant of King Solomon. Not like that. I'm not trying to place myself at the top. I'm just another servant of the Creator, and I'm just bringing out the information. All right. So here we go. Look. Hittite general. You don't look like one of those Hittite Mexicans. When like I grew up, I would use a shitload of gel in my hair because I wanted to look like those other Mexicans. Oh, you don't look quite Mexican. Oh, you don't look quite Hawaiian. Because both of those nations were bled through, and all the real ones, they think, oh, you got black in your family, that's why. But they're actually the real Mexicans. They're actually the real Hawaiians. So this is a Hittite, which is what the Spanish used, one of the bloodlines that the Spanish used to create the Mexicans. So you'll find these people in Peru, you'll find these people in Canada. They're called Hittites. They're the Mongols, the Mongolians. So here you go. Yeah, you see. Look, the facial features. I mean, we get played today by we get told all the time oh, we're all the same people. We all come from the same person. We're all no different, but we all are different. We all have different facial features. We all are different. We all have different personalities. So we have to look into this because there's something there. So here, let's keep going down, and it just goes all out. This was the high priest named Akka the third. All temple priests tied their hair in this hairstyle to be identified as priests. Interesting. Oh, look. This is the artifact for Alexander Ptolemy III. He was the son of, excuse me, King Philadelphus Ptolemy II, and his second wife Cleopatra. King Philadelphus Ptolemy was King Philip in the Bible. So Ptolemy is King Philip. So read this whole thing because you'll learn a lot of stuff. So this is already taking a shitload of time. So we're gonna go on. Look, Queen Cleopatra. She looked like one of them girls you grew up with. You thought she was beautiful too, but you never had the balls to tell her. Shit, I'm right. Look at this. Shit goes on. Look. Look like a Hawaiian helmet. It's funny. Alright, so let's go on. So this right here is in the Hidden Mountain in New Mexico. This is a photo of it right here. So it's called the Decalogue tablet. It's the largest known inscription of the Ten Commandments, and I did more research. It's actually the command. It's like this person who owned this land wrote this out, and it's actually his commandments. What he's gonna do for the Creator. So it's kind of like the Ten Commandments, but it's a little more personal. But it's for the landowner to the Creator, and it's in Hebrew. And it talks about a lot of stuff in the Ten Commandments. So it's pretty interesting. It's the largest one out there, and it's in the Hidden Mountain in New Mexico. I mean, come on. I mean, look, you got all this information. Just write in Hidden Mountain Decalogue tablet, Ten Commandments. It says it's the most vital element of this artifact is the fact that it contains an inscription of the Ten Commandments in ancient Paleo Hebrew. That's what they do, They don't want to use Israel. They don't want to use Israelite. So they use Jew. They use Hebrew. Much evidence exists which confirm this artifact is genuine. Some efforts have been made to allege the artifact is not genuine, but contrary arguments, some quite fanciful, have been debunked by solid scholarship. The authenticity of the artifact and its Hebrew inscription was even confirmed during a court trial in Albuquerque involving an epigraphic hoax. Other supposed artifacts in December 1986. You may be assured the Hidden Mountain artifact is exactly what it appears to be, an ancient Hebrew inscription of the Ten Commandments in the ancient North America context. Right there. The artifact inscription gives us critical evidence that it can only belong, in its author's opinion, to the reign of King Solomon and the ancient biblical kingdom of Israel. Boom, right in your face. King Solomon and Israel. I gotta give it up to Lex Will for bringing me along. I had a lot of information. I did a lot of research before I met Lex Will, but Lex Will brought me to places I didn't know I was gonna go. So thank you. Here we go. Let's move on. So this is Michigan burial ground artifact. So this will take you all over the place, right? All over the place. So before we get into that, let's move this over here. Okay, let's watch this. Native Americans wrote in ancient Hebrew.
In calculations as ancient Egyptians. Let me show you one more connection. In 1860, David Wyrick, he's a guy who surveyed the Newark earthworks. He was digging into a mound near those earthworks.
That's it right there. That's Moses.
They opened up the coffin and found a skeleton of a man holding a little box. It was about 8.10 inches in size. The box had been cemented shut here. This, by the way, is sitting in Ohio. Well, he opened up the box and he found a little man inside, a little black stone. They took it to scholars and they looked at it. The man seems to be carrying something, and there's writing here. At first, they couldn't recognize. The writing is, they thought in 1860, some sort of Hebrew. Well, finally, about 20 years later, they found some rabbis living in the area, and the rabbis looked at that, and they could read it. They said it was an old kind of block Hebrew, and it was a rendition of the Ten Commandments. Now, this is another piece. Block Hebrew. They said they'd never seen anything.
So he's going over all these artifacts in Ohio.
At the time called this a hoax. But then in 1900, or just about after 1900, in Israel, they found the same block style.
So you got the same block writing artifacts on both ends. One in Israel in the old country and one in Ohio.
This is the Bat Creek stone. It was found during the course of an official Smithsonian.
The Bat Creek.
The Smithsonian didn't understand the meaning of the writing on the stone. They thought it was Cherokee, since it came from Cherokee country.
You know, everything they want to pass off to the modern Indians, we know.
They had published this originally.
Anything pre-Columbus that proves you were here. No, we're not investigating.
Many years later, a scholar took it out of the box, looked at it, and went, oh my gosh, it's upside down. It's Phoenician, ancient Hebrew. So what's going on here? What is that about? Where is that history? I'll show you in a few minutes, and we're going to have a conversation. I'm going to show you some more things that the Smithsonian, science, government, commerce colluded to erase. By the way, I want to thank the directors of the documentary Lost Civilizations of North America for bringing these stories to my attention. I was blown away. To find more, visit the website, lostcivilizationdvd.com. Here's the thing we should be asking ourselves. I don't know the story of Israel. Do you know that? Did you know that? Do you live in Ohio, or did you know that? Why not? Were the American Indians wrong? Yes. Yes. And that's what we focus on in America. Is we were bad to the American Indians. Forget about it. It's in the past. The question should
Forget about it. It's in the past.
Asked, who are they? What knowledge do they have?
What knowledge did these savages have?
Put our differences aside and put our past in the past and concentrate on today. And say, let's learn from each other. What do you have? What is that? What is that?
Now we have a caste system and you're on the bottom. Let's work it out. What was that? Show us all the things that we don't know, so we would know.
And I'm also going to show you some documents that show how that history has been erased. Next. This is the Smithsonian Annual Report, 1882-1883. This is John Wesley Howell. This is an original.
So you gotta watch this because I'm gonna go into this
John
later.
Wesley Howell in 1789. Again,
it's John Wesley Powell, not Howell.
This is the director of the Bureau of Ethnology at the Smithsonian Institute. He said this. Artifacts found prior to Christopher Columbus's arrival would be considered illegitimate by the Smithsonian. Only the savage Indian culture would be observed, and this created the artificial barrier to science. Only the savage. Science was colluding with government because of commerce, and religion was involved. Now, why do I tell you all this stuff? Not because I'm an Indian expert or anything else.
So that's it for that. I'm gonna move on, but
I'm amazed by it.
science and government and religion
The stock
together for
is not
commerce.
bad. The soup went bad, but the stock is not.
Stock your ass. Alright, so you see, he was talking about the Ohio Decalogue Stone and Keystone. So this is it right here. It was found in 1860. So you gotta remember now. They're finding. Oh my goodness. They're finding all of these artifacts in the 1800s that are shown in Hebrew. Yet they want you to believe that all the names in Utah that correlate with the Bible's Exodus and prove that that's where Moses went to. They want you to believe that they named it in 1850. But yet we find all these Hebrew artifacts in those same areas with ancient building structures. But then when you look in the encyclopedia under Moab, Utah, Jericho, Utah, Canaan Mountain, Utah, Canaan Wilderness, Utah, Zion National Park, Utah, all of these are being named, being written in paper that it has been named. Yet we see that all these names already existed, just like these artifacts. There's a lot they don't want you to know. America is the Holy Lands. America is Mount Zion. Alright, Ohio found an inscribed stone in a burial mound about 10 miles south of New York. The stone is inscribed on all sides with the condensed version of the Ten Commandments or Decalogue, and in a peculiar form or post-exilic square Hebrew letters. The robed and bearded figure on the front is identified as Moses in letters fanning over his head. Look at this, brother. That's why we say that. Oh shit. That's why we say the children of Ham, the Africans, are different. Like we came from Africa because we were enslaved in Egypt. But we come from two different bloodlines. And as you can see, this brother looks just like me in terms of he has an afro. His hair defies gravity. My hair goes past my shoulders, but my hair just springs back and it just barely hits my neck. He has a full beard. That's the difference between the Israelite and the African, the one you would say the descendant of Ham. Not very many of them could grow beards. Barely any of them could grow beards. So this is Moses, and it has the Ten Commandments on it, written in block Hebrew. You see this right here, it says the most holy King of Kings. This is the Ten Commandment stones. See, look, it has all right here, normal Hebrew spelling. Look at these people. Look at them. These are the descendants of the colonizer who wanted to conquer the Holy Land and Mount Zion, strip you of your birthright. And they're just going all into your places and just taking pictures, marking in their initials into your ancient artifacts. We need to wake up. We're in the land of Nod, and you need to wake up. Alright? So if you go over here, so this is what I was talking about, the keystone. So the keystone has on it Holy of Holies, King of the Earth, the law of God, the word of God. See, the thing you guys get messed up with is when you talk about the Bible, you think the Bible is a religion. You think the Bible promotes religion. But it's not. The Bible actually tells you to stay away from organized religion. This is laws. Just like, we have laws today. It's a law book. They were lawmen. They lived by the laws and commandments.